Hi, this is Stray Passer. Welcome. This is a tag video. I was tagged by fellow YouTuber Matt Garcia, who tagged me. He did a video 2 days ago asking a bunch of horror-related questions. Like I said, I do my horror reviews on, Saturday horror reviews every week, and he tagged me in this video to answer these horror-related questions. So I'm going to do that, and also thank him for including me in this tag. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description box below. You just tune in and give him some subs. He just recently crossed over to 100 subs. He got, I believe, 102 subs. So please, sub him and give him some love. And again, thank you, Matt, for including me in this tag. And I'm going to scroll up here to have the computer there so I can see the questions that he asked. And like I said, I've been trying to, get into horror, so getting more horror titles and stuff and doing my horror reviews every week. And so, or every Saturday. And so you can, tune in my channel every Saturday. You can look at my channel for my horror reviews. And I've always been a big fan of horror, especially Universal horrors. I really, really just love Universal horror. That's, and, other horror. I grew up with, the Friday the 13th movies, of course, the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, the Michael Myers movies, and, Halloween movies and stuff. And I've always been getting into these other type of horror movies, like I said, expanding my horror knowledge. And he asked a bunch of questions, so I'm going to try to go through these and give you my best of my ability. I'm doing this on the fly. We're not pre-reading them. I mean, I opened up the channel to look, but I didn't, sit down and write them down or anything. So I'm going to do this on the fly. Okay, so excuse me if I stutter a little bit. Okay, how old were you when you first saw your first horror film? I can't even remember that. Although, I think I do remember what my first horror movie that I saw, I think, now this is just a guess, okay, because it's been a while since I've been a little kid. I think it was probably Night of the Living Dead. That was Nightmare Else. Night of the Living Dead. Because I remember that being black and white, and I remember the zombies moving so slow, and I remember, they're coming to get you, Barber. I remember that, so that's why, that I remember that. But I think that's my earliest recollection of a horror movie that I think that was one among the first that I ever saw. I remember seeing it as a little kid and remembering it. Okay. Okay. The next question is, what subgenre of horror films do you like the most? Well, I guess a subgenre would be monster movies. I love the old Universal movies because they had monsters in those, and I love monsters in horror movies. It just, to me, there's something about a creature that's out to kill you and people escaping from it or banding together to defeat it that just makes it appealing to me. Okay, or the bonding of people to overcome an obstacle. In this case, the monsters. I love the Wolfman, the Frankenstein monster, Dracula, and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Even the giant monsters too, King Kong, Godzilla. And not so much of those giant monsters, people overcoming those, but mostly, the monsters like Frankenstein, the monster, the Wolfman, and people, seeing people overcome those. I like that, and I even like the modern takes on those classics, which is why I was excited when Universal announced that they were going to do have a horror universe, but I don't know if they really gotten off the ground yet. I know the Dracula movie that came out last year, they said that wasn't part of it, and I heard that they're doing a Mummy movie, but I don't know if that's going to be, if they really actually moved on it yet. I always watch the movie information channel, AMC movie and Collider movie now to find out if any make information about that, but I haven't heard anything lately about that. But hopefully they'll do that. But monster movies, especially, are the ones that I love the most. Okay, okay. What is your all-time favorite horror film and why? Okay, that might be a hard question for some people to think about, but I already know it's going to be The Wolfman. The Wolfman, the 1941 version, of course, Lon Chaney Jr. And why I love it? Because first of all, Lon Chaney Jr.'s performance, and because in this case with the monster, you have a good man who does something good, and he gets cursed for it. Basically, he gets cursed, and he hates what he is, and he just, and his portrayal of it, Lon Chaney Jr.'s portrayal of the Wolfman, the anguished Larry Talbot, who came home to reconcile with his father, and then this curse, by doing the right thing and saving someone or attempting to save someone, he was cursed and had this curse put on him, where he becomes a creature which he can't control, and he goes out and kills people, and he hates what he is, and he's trying to convince his father, that he is this thing, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody. He wants to go away, and it's this portrayal of that Lon Chaney Jr.'s portrayal of that of the tortured Larry Talbot. It just gets to me. It's right there, and it's a horrible. It's black and white, and it's great. And in that first scene, when you first see the Wolfman, when you see him, you just see the feet. You don't even see the first full transformation. You just see his feet get hairy, and then you see him get up and walk, and then you see him just walk slowly and crawl and walk up to a tree, and they shoot. I love the way they shoot it, and they pan up slowly, and you see him by the tree, and he's looking out to the distance. Then you see him turn slightly, and he kind of faces the camera and snarls, and that's just a classic. That's why I love that the Wolfman. Okay, so that's my favorite all-time horror movie, the original Wolfman, 1941 version. And who's your favorite actor? I guess it would be in horror movies. It would have to be Peter Cushing. I love Peter Cushing, especially when he played Van Helsing. Yeah, it has to be Peter Cushing because first of all, Peter Cushing is a great actor, and he always, whenever he's on screen, especially in these movies where he faced off against Christopher Lee or any other actor who played opposite him as a creature, as a vampire, you always felt confident with him around, and that's just his. I don't know, it's just the way he portrayed the character of Van Helsing, and also even when he played he's evil when he played Dr. Frankenstein, and he just has such a commanding presence, and it just makes the movie. The movie just goes up, gets bonus points just for having him in it. And Peter Cushing is just a great actor, so he would be my favorite horror actor, I guess, if you want to put it that way. And who's my favorite director of horror? I guess I'm trying to think. That would be a little bit harder. Maybe, but you know what? I know. I guess it would have to be the late Wes Craven. I really, I knew Wes Craven from the Nightmare movies, but then I went back and checked his old stuff, Last House on the Left, and what's the other movie? I can't remember now. With the hillbillies and the I can't remember the name of the movies. Damn, I can't remember. The couple, where the family goes vacationing in the middle of the desert and they get attacked by the family. But Wes Craven, I have to. Oh, should I say John Carpenter? Although that's a tough one. John Carpenter or Wes Craven? I'm gonna go with Wes Craven just because he started it. He kind of started it back then, and then he kind of evolved and even went to the Scream movies. So I'm gonna say the late great Wes Craven. Okay, that would be my choice for favorite director. What is your favorite ending of which horror film? Good, that's a good question. Favorite ending of which horror film? Let's see. Favorite ending. Let's see. Favorite ending. You know what I was gonna say? No. Should I say that? I was thinking about my favorite ending too. That's a hard question. You know what? I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say I was thinking about playing House of Dracula, where Lon Chaney, the Wolfman, gets cured. Dracula gets stopped, and the Frankenstein monster basically burns to death. But I'm trying to think of something more moderate as my favorite ending for horror. Oh yeah, I know. Even though at the time it happened, I said get the mess out of here. Saw from the first Saw movie, that ending was just so memorable to the Saw movies, for the very first one. Okay, that ending, for those who've seen it, I don't want to spoil it here, but for those who've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The ending of the very first Saw movie. Okay, that ending, just like a mind blowing. It just mind blowed me out of the let's see, which horror TV series have you watched? Oh, I did watch. I used to watch. I even got the. I think over here. I got it at a convention. The Friday. Excuse me. The Friday the 13th series. You know where the where the you know where they where it wasn't really based on the Friday 13th movies per se. It was basically about this this guy that he ran his antique shop and he had all these old antiques, and I think his brother who sold them to various people around, and basically they have to go back, you know, the older gentleman and his niece and nephew, I think that's what it was, and they went and they had to basically, you know, find these old relics that were cursed and get them back from people that, and it was just a great anthology show of it, you know, different stories every week, and it was just a fantastic show. Friday the 13th, the series, it was really one of the best, basically horror TV shows that I've ever seen. Even though Creepshow was on HBO, I didn't watch it as much as I would have liked, and now I think I want to get the old Creepshow TV series that was on HBO. But I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th, this TV series. I thought that was great because my favorite one of that one was the one where this, I think it was set in college, where the geek guy had he was like obsessed with werewolf movies and stuff, and he found this magical camera that he could basically, and they even used clips from the original 1941 Wolfman movie, and he basically, the guy became obsessed with the Wolfman, and he was using the Wolfman character to kill the people that was against him in the class, his enemies and stuff, and even this professor who, you know, basically talked down to him, and then he basically got the creature come out and bite him, and he became a werewolf, and it was just a fantastic episode. There was just a lot of great episodes for that show, Friday the 13th. That's why I absolutely love that one. Let's see now. Let me move on, droning on a little bit. Which horror comics have you read? I haven't really read any horror. I know there's ones out there. I know growing up, I think the only ones that I ever really read, I think, was Tomb of Dracula. I know I read a little bit of that. Werewolf by Night, a little bit of that, and I hope really they make a movie about Werewolf by Night. That's one, and I really would like to go back and read those comics. But Tomb of Dracula probably not that much, and Werewolf by Night. I think those are only real horror movies horror comics that I ever read. Even though I did collected comics, but you know, I was more superhero than that. How many horror films do you own? It would be a guess. I don't know. I think I have I know I have a lot of movies, but I don't horror titles. I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess. Because I've done at least. I'm gonna say at least maybe 150, maybe. I'm thinking maybe it's probably more than that. It's probably over 200. I think probably. That's just an estimate. Because I think I have over 800 movies. I think. Well, you know, Blu-rays and DVDs. I think I have more than that, but I think about maybe 200. I think. I'm not. Don't quote me directly, but I'm just gonna, because I never really counted it. So that's what I'm gonna say. And I bought more horror. You know, lately I've bought more horror. Okay. And what's the next question? What is your worst horror film you've seen and why? Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. That's easy. Okay, that's easy. I think I put that on my worst movie that came out list. Get 'em, cuz that movie was absolutely horrible. Okay, just, you know, the whole premise of it, you know, what's called Leatherface being her cousin, and her basically him killing her friends, and then she basically teams up with him. Okay, never mind that he killed her friends, and Leatherface. There wasn't that many good kills in that movie as well. There was just, even though I love the actress in that movie, but the lead actress, but the movie is horrible. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 3D version, the one that came out I think 2 years ago, or whatever it was, 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, what is the sickest horror film you've ever seen? Oh, Jesus. The one where the guy, I can't remember the name of it now. A Serbian film, that's it. I almost drew a blank on it. A Serbian film. That film was absolutely horrible. I mean, it's a snuff film, basically. A snuff and a sex film, okay? And I remember watching it and just cringing, okay? Now, I've seen other horror movies that just made me uncomfortable, but they were Like Martyrs makes me uncomfortable, but at least Martyrs I can appreciate it for what it is, even though that movie made me totally uncomfortable. Martyrs, but a Serbian film was just blah. I'm sorry, just a snuff film, and just so many weird and disgusting things, and the way it ended was just so horrible. I'm sorry, that movie just totally disgusts me. What horror films besides your favorite would you recommend to your viewers? You know what? I'm gonna say The Loved Ones. That was I think a Australian one. The Loved Ones. I recommended this before on my channel, but The Loved Ones. That's about a guy who basically he gets asked to prom. Yeah, he has a girlfriend, and he gets asked to prom by this girl that has a crush on him, and of course he politely turns it down. But turns out that she's psycho and her father's psycho, and they kidnap him and basically have a hold of him to prom with him. And you have to see the movie to see it's. Because I remember seeing a trailer for it on YouTube, then I went and ordered the movie, I think from Amazon UK, and that movie is just all kinds of messed up, but it's a great horror movie, okay? Great, and it seems like there's a lot of great foreign horror movies that are really good that I want to get as well. Anyway, what do you think of the remakes of old classics like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Dawn of the Dead? I actually think the remakes were pretty good, actually. The remake of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one with Jessica Biel, I thought that one was really well done. Okay, I thought that one was really, really well done. And also the Dawn of the Dead remake, the one with the one that I was gonna say Christopher Nolan, not Christopher Nolan. Zack Snyder did. I think that was Dawn of the Dead, wasn't it? Yeah, I thought he did a good job too with that one as well. I thought those are actually two of the better remakes, actually. So I think those are real done. So like I said, I think John Campea, Clyde Movies, said this once about remakes. He said there's nothing wrong with remakes. He said, because even if you don't like the remakes, you still have the original. So and unfortunately for these two remakes were pretty good actually. Okay, if you could pick one horror movie to watch in the cinema, which movie would it be? Would that be? You know what movie I would love to watch in a big screen? Because you know what, when I was in school, in public school, we used to, I think, you could pay like 5 cents or 35 cents, whatever it was, and you could see movies. You could go see movies. Like I think we saw Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. You pay 35 cents and you get your parents to fill out a permission slip, and you could see horror movies. Not just horror movies, but I think movies in general, like On the Waterfront, I think was one of the other ones too. But I remember seeing Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and I would love to see that in IMAX format. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. Or maybe that. Well, maybe not just. Well, because I'm trying to think. Maybe something else, like a classic. Or even House of Frankenstein, in like the big screen. Because I'm gonna say, yeah, in a cinema with surround sound and everything. This House of Frankenstein, because that you have all the monsters in that. You have Boris Karloff coming back to the series, playing, and you have the first appearance of Glenn Strange as the creature. John Carradine did an okay job as Dracula, and of course you have Lon Chaney as the Wolfman, Larry Talbot, and you have the Gypsy, and you have the Hunchback, the evil scientist. So I would love to see that in the big screen in the IMAX format, booming sound. That would be fantastic. So anyway, this video has gone on almost 20 minutes. I'm sorry I went on way too long, but I wanted to answer all the questions for Matt, and thank you, Matt, for including me in this horror tag. I really appreciate this. I like doing these videos like that. Again, I'm going to leave a link to your channel in the description box below. And please, people, sub to him, give him some love, and show him some love. And thank you again, Matt, for including me in this horror tag. I really appreciate it. Anyway, let me know what you think of my choices. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pass saying so long and take care.